Yo, what's up guys, how's everyone doing? Hope you're all having a fantastic day once again. Is the audio okay? Is everything good? I did have some issues before starting up this stream. As I always say, broadband companies in the UK are absolute shit. But with that note, let's get right into the stream, guys. It is an interesting pattern that we've got with Bitcoin today. Okay, so we are in, plain and simple, we're in a bull pennant right now, alright? So you guys already know, we're in a very firm uptrend. We set the low many days ago now, and we have been in a firm uptrend since then. We've been setting higher highs and higher lows. Uptrend, very simple. Now, the pattern we're in, which we've developed over the past 2 days, is a bull pennant. It is a continuation pattern. Audio is better here than it was in Discord. Yeah, Justin, everything good. Did you reset my hotkeys? Oh crap, I forgot to, but I will be very conscious of that today. Okay. We're in a bull pennant, and this is a continuation pattern of a trend. You guys already know this, so, you know, when you have a trend, you have an established trend, you're usually going to see the pattern being stopped briefly for a short period of time. So this one, as you guys know, is about 5 days, 4 days, 20 hours, even though that wasn't done correctly. And of course, this one is yet again a similar thing that we're seeing. And this is a very textbook bull pennant, alright? I really do like this formation that we've got going on. The candle pattern is beautiful. It's, like I said, it is textbook. But there's a very big caveat, and you guys saw it in the title, the thumbnail of this stream, of this video. Bitcoin is in some trouble, according to this. That is the title of this video, and guys, it is the volume, because the volume is very concerning at the moment. Alright, so we go to coinmarketcap.com, and we have volume dipping into the 13 billions on a day where the market cap has risen by about 4 billion, so not too much, probably about, there's, just a bit more than 1%, but nonetheless, market cap has risen. Volume has decreased, and of course across the market we have seen a bit of a majority green day for the alts, so this is good, but all of this is happening on low volume. Now for Bitcoin specifically, it's basically just been sideways. I mean, you look at the 7-day graph, and this tells you everything you need to know about Bitcoin's current trend. It is not it's not going up or down, it's just pretty much completely sideways. Of course, when we look at that chart, it is telling us a slightly different story. Perhaps go over to the 1 hour, and we have a much more clear trend. And really, what this is telling us, go back to the 4-hour here, we've got declining volume, and so this is a good thing, because what you want to see in these continuation patterns is you want to see the trend being up where the volume is high, but when we're actually having a pause in that trend, when we're forming one of those continuation patterns where we fight that trend a little bit, if it's a falling wedge in this case, or if we form a bull pennant where the price action actually narrows, we do want to see decreasing volume. And guys, the reason for that is I've forgotten what it is. It is, it's a good sign, because you want to see decreasing volume to indicate a reversal. As you guys know, volume confirms a trend. So when we do see higher volume on these green candles, which is a very clear trend, every green candle on the whole is having higher volume than the corresponding red candles. That's a very good thing. That's confirming our trend that we're going up. It's exactly what we want to see. And, on the other hand, when we are going down, when we're in a, bull pennant like this, you put this blue vertical line on here, and you can check out the volume. It's been decreasing ever since it had its, couple hours of fun riding up. And so this is confirming our trend of an uptrend, because the volume is decreasing when we're moving in the opposite direction. That's exactly what we want to see. Very, very good signs that we've got at the moment. Now, the issue is, and the reason for the title, the reason for the thumbnail, is that the sell side volume has been higher, the past 24 hours, the past 48 hours. We look at every red candle, and it's higher than the corresponding green candle, with the exception of this latest candle here, because we do have about an hour left for this candle to close, and so we could expect the candle to close about where our previous red candle closed, or even slightly higher. Nonetheless, we're seeing sell-side volume dominate. We're seeing more sell-side volume. That's not a big problem. But on our reaction rally going upwards, where the bulls tried to test our highs, I really wanted to see a lot more volume. Now, you couple this with our volume over here, 13.8 billion. Now, someone in the VIP chat brought up a very good point, and it's that, aren't we supposed to see decreasing volume in a pattern like this? And we absolutely are. My response to that was, the issue now is we've seen volume drop too fast and too low. Just yesterday it was at about $17 billion, down from a high of about 20, 21, 22 billion. Today, it's gone down another $3 billion. This is not a good sign. It's going down too fast, and above all, it's going down too low. We are now seeing the same levels of volume that we saw when we were trading within, the very painful June and July period, late June, early July period. Not a good sign at all. And so, really, right now, what we're looking at is a very, very common, easy to spot, bullish candle pattern. All right, so this is telling us we're going to go up. All right, if I turn off the volume and this is all we have to go off, we're going to go up almost definitely. Volume, though, like I say, is the most important indicator, save for actual price action, and so it is telling us a completely different story when we look at the individual candles past this blue vertical line. Now, of course, like I said, the overall trend for volume in this continuation pattern, this consolidation pattern, is declining volume. So that is good. It is confirming our uptrend, because what we're most likely going to see now is a break. Something is going to set off. Someone's going to buy the order books. We're going to see a massive green candle, something like we saw over here or over here. It is going to send us higher. We're going to get a couple green candles with bigger volume than usual, and it's going to set new highs. All right, that's very expected. Again, the problem with this, though, is in a pattern like this, when you see the green volume, you need to see the green volume confirming that trend as well. And at the moment, the buy volume is very weak, even on our most recent candle, which is a 4-hour candle. If we zoom into the 1 hour, you can see that we have had a lot of green volume on only one of these 1-hour candles. I hope you're keeping up with me. This is getting a little bit complicated now. We're getting a lot of volume on this one 1-hour candle, which is within our current 4-hour candle. Does everything make sense? I hope so. Back to the 1-hour candle. You can see that we wicked up and then we closed lower. So what that means is the candle opened over here, 8,200. Bulls took the price up to 8,230, so it's only $30, but nonetheless, it is bulls trying to drive the market. And guys, bear in mind, the market at this stage is not dominated by bots anymore. We do have a lot more natural price action now. That will change. As we get decreasing volume, we're going to see the human traders leave the market. Of course, that is exactly what decreasing volume means. And we are going to see bots yet again dominate the market. Not good at all. But back to this, we saw the bulls trying to drive the price higher, and we got rejected and we went down. You can see how low the candle closed compared to where it opened. Literally just closed, a couple dollars up. It was a blue candle nonetheless, but the majority of it was red action. So this confused me a little bit. I was thinking, why is this happening, especially on our most recent candle, which, as you guys already saw on the 4-hour, is showing us a lot of volume. And so I did decide to zoom into the 30-minute, and it becomes very clear now, because what actually happened, guys, is this orange candle, this red candle indicating selling action, is the only 30-minute candle within this 4-hour candle. Again, this is probably not making sense. Clear sense. Okay, thank you. This orange candle is the one with the biggest volume within our 4-hour candle. So what that's meaning is, yet again, within a candle that is green volume, the majority of that volume came from red action. Okay, I'm not going to talk about that anymore. I'm pretty sure I've just okay, yeah, some people saying it does make sense. I'm gonna hope that applies to most of you. Okay, over to the 1-day Ichi, and I'm getting very bullish about this now. So before, it was really concerning me, and that was that's been my sentiment up until yesterday or the day before, even right now. And the reason for that is the 1-hour Ichi, or rather, the 1-day Ichi has been, with only one exception over here, an extremely reliable indicator for the past year and a half. And so, with only one exception being the end of our bull run, which means that it's not really an exception the way I'm seeing it, I did expect this to be a very strong area of resistance. However, the last times we did test our Ichi cloud, we did not go high enough or close enough to the close of this cloud. We are very close to leaving this cloud now, which, as you guys know, is one of the only things holding me back within this current trend. Great lesson so far. More, please. Thank you very much. I will continue with this then. If you guys want more advanced things like what I just covered, please do let me know. I can do more of that. So we've got this Ichi cloud, and we've been traveling, we've been trading much higher in this Ichi cloud. We've completed a much larger amount of it in terms of clearing this resistance than we previously had before. Now you factor in that we also have a bullish formation. You can even see it forming on this one-day chart. We are, look, like I said, if we just go off the candle pattern, we are going to break up again. There's no denying it. We haven't had a reversal pattern yet based off these basic candle patterns. And of course, none of this is financial advice. You guys already know that. But it does look like we are going to break this Ichi cloud, and of course if we do that, there is only one thing left pretty much in the way of us really confirming everything we need to know, and it is clearing $10,000. And guys, the reason for that is in our downtrend we have been setting lower highs. So we have a high over here, another high over here, and another here. Now if we can cross 10,000 and go above it, that means we have ended the trend of setting lower highs. I'm going to repeat that because it's extremely important. We've been setting lower highs, so maybe I should even draw this. We've been setting lower highs here, can't draw for shit. Another one here, and another here. Again, I can't draw. That's really embarrassing. I'm going to delete those. But if we do debunk that sort of that trend, yes, more advanced. Okay, cool. Thank you. If we do, leave that trend behind and, sort of reverse that trend, and we start setting a higher high, because if we were to cross 10,000 now and go above, we would have one high over here, which is 10,000, followed by another high, which would be higher than 10,000. That would mean we are in a long-term uptrend. So right now we're in a short/mid-term uptrend, more of a mid-term uptrend now. That would mean we're in a long-term uptrend. If we do cross above $10,000, that would be the main thing. And guys, you already know my sentiment about this. We switch on the alpha indicators yet again, and we do look at the VPVR, and really, the trading volume ends once we breach this resistance. I mean, we look at the VPVR resistance, and we've already, once we pass this bar, which means once we go above about 8,500, it's going to be plain. I mean, we got this far, we can go a lot further. So there is a lot of bullish momentum following this this end of the trend. And of course, like I said earlier, volume confirms the trend. So when we have decreasing volume, it's indicating a reversal. I've gone over this at length. You guys already know all about this. Now, of course, with the rest of this trend, of course, Coinbase messing up the volume, they have fixed it since then, but I won't give them the time of my day regardless. When it comes to volume, we look at something like this. Turn off all my indicators because it is getting a little bit confusing, and of course we can see, perhaps use the 3-day, we can see that volume has been very clearly decreasing throughout this trend. We look at the moving average for the volume, which is this orange line, and you can see since we hit our peak in 20,000, which was our peak in volume, again, you look at this orange line, it has been on a steady decrease throughout our downtrend. Volume precedes price. The story this is telling us has told us, that I called, that I stressed multiple times, and no one believed me, calling me an idiot. I know it happens, and I'm not afraid to go against the herd because I knew I was right about this. When the volume is decreasing, it is indicating a reversal in our trend. And if we look at the volume now, you guys have already figured it out. We look at the volume now, and the volume is increasing now. You can see each of these green volume 3-day bars. And guys, bear in mind, this is what, 1, 2, 3, 4 consecutive 3-day green bars. That means 12 days of straight upward movement on average. This is a very good sign, and with each of those, the trend in this volume has been an increase in the volume. So as these 3-day bars develop, we are going to get our orange moving average volume indicator rise up. Again, this is going very advanced, and I know a lot of people may not understand this, but overall, we've had volume decrease, which the opposite of confirm, defirms, shall I say, I can't think of the right word. It declines our trend, should I say, that we are going down. It invalidates our downtrend, much better way to put it, and we are now seeing volume increasing as we're going up. This is confirmation of an uptrend. No other way around it. I'm sorry, you can disagree with me, but basic charting, anyone will tell you the same thing. Again, we look at the volume, we're getting a lot more green volume than we're getting red volume. Very, very good. And so, we go back to this Ichi cloud, and guys, like I said, it's looking very positive for the bulls right now because we've nearly crossed this Ichi cloud. And of course, you guys have seen the VPVR. After this level, there's basically no trading volume at above prices. And so because of that, it is going to be very smooth sailing as we reach higher. And as you guys know, 11,600 is the line to beat. And again, you know, we look at the VPVR, just turn that on again. Volume drops right off a cliff after 11,600. I mean, you know, you can see this line. I should have had it horizontal. I think, oh yeah, because I'm hiding my lines. So yeah, it is horizontal already. Your boy already thinking about these things in advance. You know, we can see volume really just dropping right off a cliff. I mean, we get a little bit of volume here, but compared to what we've seen already, it's nothing. We're going to pass this easily once we cross 11,600, and really much more than that. I think once we cross this line for the VPVR, so that is 8,600. It's not accurate because if you zoom in, it does change. So now it's changed to 9,300. And so, you know, the general idea is once we cross this area, which is to say, you know, 8,500 all the way up to 10,000, it's going to be very easy running to reach all-time highs again. And of course, you guys already know, when we breach all-time highs, we're going to set all-time highs. So it is, well, that's exactly what happens when you breach an all-time high, isn't it? So you guys already know what's going to happen there. It is going to be pretty cool. Smash up those likes real quick. 576 views. Guys, if you're not already in my Telegram group, definitely do get in. The link is in the description down below. And if you are interested in VIP, go ahead and hit me up. Just one of the messages I got today, someone renewing his membership, an amazing month. I asked him how much return on investment he had, and he started with 0.5 Bitcoin. So guys, like I said, you don't need to start with a large amount when joining. And he's now up to 2.5 Bitcoins, and that is literally in a month. Pretty cool. Now, like I said, any trading balance is good. You know, we've had people with less than $1,000, people with millions of dollars. It doesn't matter. We have enough liquidity with our signals. It can become a problem when you hit 6 figures, but you're going to have the same issues everywhere. If liquidity is a problem, I can work with you on that, and we can work out strategies to mitigate those issues. Cool. Contrarians are not always right. You are 100% correct. Corentin Segel, I'm pretty sure I just butchered your name there. Yes, contrarians are not always correct because it is kind of becoming fashionable to be a contrarian now. It's a little bit difficult to, you know, to be fashionable as a contrarian, but they are not always right. Again, if I were to replay this chart, contrarians, for example, over here even, would call this a bubble because everyone was euphoric. You know, people always talk about the euphoria happened at $20,000. Wrong. The euphoria happened at every all-time high. So we go back to another all-time high. Let's check out this one. You best believe the euphoria happened here as well. Alright, we were in euphoria mode. And so a contrarian over here would have said, we've seen the top. Bitcoin is dead. Bitcoin's bubble is going to pop. It's already reached triple its previous all-time high. Bubble territory, Bitcoin is dead. And as we know, Bitcoin has never seen those levels again. So contrarian views do not always work. And it is actually a case of luck for when you predict the end of a bubble pop. Guys, like I always say, there is no way to predict the end of a trend or the start of a trend. You can tell in hindsight, of course. You can tell everything in hindsight. And there are ways to help you. But you know, 20,000 could have easily been just another stepping stone where perhaps we topped out at, you know, 30,000. So this is all very relative. And, you know, you can guess, okay, well, the top is going to happen at a $5,000 number, you know, something, a multiple of 5,000. Very well, you can say that, and that would be fair. But nonetheless, people calling 20,000 at the top, people calling 10,000 at the top, which, bear in mind, also would have made sense as a top for Bitcoin. 10,000 is a very nice round number, and it is exactly 10 times Bitcoin's previous all-time high, or rather bubble pop. You know, that would have made a lot of sense as Bitcoin's pop as well, but it wasn't. So contrarian views don't always work. Thank you for bringing that up. I think, you see, I do love Alessio Rastani. He makes amazing content. He probably knows a lot more than me. Obviously, he knows a lot more than me. But he stresses this contrarian view a little bit too much without telling you the other side of the story. And I'm sure he doesn't do that on purpose. He just doesn't have the time to think of these things. But being a viewer, it is a lot easier for me to criticize him, just like it is for my viewers. Cool, so what else have we got? The one day Ichi 4-hour EMA ribbon. Yes, one of my favorite indicators that I like to cover in every single stream. Let's check this out. So, what I said is we could see prices declining and dipping into this 4-hour EMA ribbon. And of course, that leading on to new highs pretty much. Previously we looked at how it bounced off the 4-hour EMA ribbon before. It did lead to newer highs. And of course, the most recent time it dipped into our 4-hour EMA ribbon, that is what set it off. I mean, it was exactly within that 4-hour candle that we set our new high of 8,470. So, I did expect this 4-hour EMA ribbon to catch up with our trend, and it has done exactly that. I called it when it was about over here. And so this 4-hour EMA ribbon is behaving very nicely, and I think it would make sense that we see one final little dip into this EMA ribbon, and then we get sent back up. Now, it doesn't have to be the case. If we look at this bounce up over here, something else a VIP member pointed out to me, it doesn't have to hit the EMA ribbon. Of course, I'm sure if I put on the EMA 15, for example, let's check out what the 15 is telling us. It would be a bounce. So yeah, nearly, I mean, I can bring that closer, perhaps go for 11, and there we go. We've got a clean bounce off this blue candle. We've got many bounces. I mean, you guys can see how reliable EMAs are. I mean, yeah, it has some exceptions, for example over here where it falls below this line, but it predicted this bounce, it predicted a lot of these things here. These bounces, it has exceptions, but EMA lines are, they are a gem, and they're not hard to learn. They're not even hard to master, and they are incredibly consistent. For real, I feel like EMAs are having a cheat sheet when you trade crypto, guys. You've heard me say it again and again. Crypto has become a video game for me. I've been able to remove my emotional investment. I trade with very low volumes, and so there is no emotional investment within my trades, and so it feels like a video game. I play it like a video game, and that's how I have not been burnt out. That is how I've been able to keep coming back and really enjoy this game. You can hear it in the in the voice I use that I thankfully have. I do love this voice quite a lot. With that though, I have covered everything I wanted to. Does the 2-hour EMA ribbon have any credit? Let's check out the 2-hour. I don't use the 2-hour chart, but wow, it looks... yeah, the 2-hour, I think I should start using it. So it's been 100% consistent since our reversal. So it's predicted this bounce up. Prices have traded within our ribbon multiple times. Yeah, the 2-hour... I might start using this, mate. Thank you for pointing that. I don't look at the 2-hour chart, as I just said, ANJ, but that is extremely reliable. Guys, if you don't know how to get this indicator, go ahead and click the templates button at the top. It is cut off on this stream, but if you look at where my cursor is now, just go up slightly higher, click templates, and then find MA exponential ribbon. And there you go. That is the cheat sheet to crypto. My absolute favorite indicator. I've used it to make a lot of money. I've used it to help other people make a lot of money, and right now I think it is the best indicator we have. Yeah, thank you ANJ for pointing that out. I am going to use the 2-hour a lot more now. This is a very good indicator and a very good time frame as well, so thank you very much. You see, the problem with this though is I typically don't use anything less than the 4-hour. When I use time frames that are smaller, it's only to check what candles are doing individually. So you guys saw how I zoomed into the 1-hour to look at our most recent 4-hour candle to see where our volume is, and then I zoomed into the 30-minute to really see where that volume is. You guys who tuned in a little bit later would have missed it, but I was saying that we had a big volume candle on the 4-hour, but all of that volume took place in a red candle, and so that's not a good sign. Nonetheless, very good, and 2-hour is a new time frame I will be using in my streams. Again, huge shout out to ANJ for bringing that up. What else have we got in the chat today? Just remember, if it goes parabolic down, it's time to buy, not time to sell. Well, Arthur, if it goes parabolic down, you wouldn't buy straight away, because that would be pretty disastrous. What else have we got? Just because he's a bear. So we've got someone kind of acting like a troll. I don't know, that's not troll worthy though. I'm not gonna like mute him or ban him or anything. A lot of TA are calling a dip to 7,800 Daikon. Yeah, very good point. So let's switch on the what's it called, the VPVR again, and let's take a look at that. So 7,800 does make a lot of sense. That's going to be over here, and of course this is where more volume has been traded. This is where our Ichi Cloud support is. It would make sense. I think even our 4-hour, our 4-hour, the bottom of our 4-hour ribbon does indicate, 7,700 all the way up to 8,100. And so it would make sense that we do go out over here. I did previously draw an ABC correction wave, which I ended up not posting because it didn't look like it would happen. But it is very possible that we have some sort of a wave formation down, and we do hit 7,800. This is the reason that within VIP and gold, I have been saying that this is not an area to be taking on positions, because if you do have a leverage between 10, or rather anything above 10x leverage, you're probably going to get liquidated within our trading range, because we can even go as low as 7,300 and 7,500. So that's definitely a liquidation, regardless of where you're trading right now. If you go above 10x leverage, I believe, I may be mistaken. But, it is looking very good. Now, personally, I don't think we're going to go that low. I don't think there is a need for it. I think we've got a very bullish pattern, of course, with the exception of the sell side volume dominating. Everything else is telling us we're extremely bullish, and it is looking pretty good to me. CME futures are expiring tomorrow. What do you think about that? Salman, I went over that in the previous video, but the previous futures expiration, which we had a couple days ago, if I'm not mistaken, did not result in a reversal, and so I don't think it's going to impact our market again in the same way it did previously. That is to say, I don't think it's going to give us a reversal again. We'll have to wait and see. Again, none of this is financial advice. Yes, Stuart, futures tomorrow is still not an issue. I don't think so, my friend. Just tuned in, so why are you saying Bitcoin is in trouble again? Seem Yod, you should probably go ahead and rewind the stream. But on the whole, it is the volume that we've seen trade within the past 24 hours, or the past 48 hours rather, where the sell volume is dominating over the green volume, and market-wide volume is extremely low. So we've seen volume drop too fast, we've seen it drop too low. Both not good things. What else have we got? I have a 36x position with liquidation at 6,100. 36 is crazy, my friend. Absolutely crazy. How long should I keep it open for? I have no idea. That's not my place to say. What else have we got? But you don't know it's going to be parabolic until it's parabolic. Very true, T. You do not know that. So, I mean, we knew when Bitcoin was, 10,000, even 4,000, we knew it was parabolic. But you have a good point there. I see what you mean. Guys, once again, if you are interested in my VIP channel, I do give all of my alerts, my entries, my exits, stop losses, leverage. I explain all of my signals, so you know exactly why I'm getting into trades, and so it's not like buy here, sell here, and the profit will be this, and pump and dump this shit. None of that. It's fully explained. We've got an amazing community. If you guys are interested, the only way to join is to click the Telegram channel link in the description, and below that click @4flies at the bottom of the messages in the Telegram channel. That is the only way to join. Can't make it more clear than that. There are many impersonators of me. When 100k? I have no idea, man. What else have we got? 8,050 may be the lowest we retrace. Daikon, I do agree with you. I think potentially, like Kirby said today on stream, or was it today? I don't even know, but he called 8,000 potentially being the bottom. It's a $50 difference. Definitely possible. What else have we got? What do you think about the alts being dead? Yeah, so thank you for bringing that up, Krishab. I mean, the alt situation hasn't changed today. If we look at CoinMarketCap again, like I said, we're seeing a lot more green today, but it's happening on low volume, and so it's not confirming their trend. If anything, that's a bearish sign. Bitcoin dominance pretty much the same as it was yesterday. I mean, we don't. There's nothing new in the alt market. I'm still not touching it. There are long-term picks, and like I said, if you do have faith in coins for the long term, now may be a time to begin dollar cost averaging, to begin opening up positions in those altcoins. But personally for me, I don't have an interest in long term altcoin investments. That's just not something that I'm interested in personally. 200 MA on daily. Yeah, so I did go over that in the previous stream. I don't think it's going to be very important. If we're below the 200 MA daily, we're in a bear market, and if we're above, we're in a bull market. But that's pretty much all it's good for. Yeah, so Chris Opolo talking about EMA crossovers. We do have a lot of positive EMA crossovers going on at the moment, so that is a very good sign. What else have we got? Please do a Kraken video. I am actually about to do one, so very, very soon I will be putting out a video on that. I'm very pleased to let you guys know. I do have a way now to make videos about Kraken, and I am excited to do that. I think that will benefit a lot of people. What else have we got? Guys, if you can again smash up those likes, if you are learning something, if you're finding value from these streams, I do really appreciate it. You know, it is always nice to see those likes piling in and really getting pumped up a little bit. And of course the Telegram channel, 3,200 members in there, vastly outnumbered by the channel subscribers, so I think that's something that needs fixing as well. Let's pump up those Telegram numbers as well. I mean, you get a lot of my alerts in there, and Jason, dude, the market is consolidating. Why is everyone doom and gloom? Because there's a 5% drop after a 35% gain. Jason, I said the exact same thing last stream. I think that may be what you're referencing. I know it's ridiculous, right? I mean, the panic, the hysteria is too much. It is too much, and I don't get it either, man. I don't get. You know, I used to do it, but not even on this scale. So, maybe it's just this. I mean, this wasn't my first bear market. It's the worst bear market I've been in, but not my first. So maybe that's why. But smash that like button. Yeah, thank you very much. What do you make of the huge drop in Bitcoin USD long? So, Micah, I did go over that in one of the previous streams. Really, you know, I mean, the longs, I don't know why these got liquidated. I mean, this was maybe from the drop of, you know, 8,500 down to 81 or whatever. So really not a big drop, and I don't know why there was such a massive liquidation of longs. You know, like I said, the only idea I had was that these are all idiots who went 100x long or whatever, or you know, had their liquidation prices in very stupid areas just because they went in with FOMO. Again, these are things that I said not to do many, many times. None of it is financial advice, so you can go ahead and do whatever you like, but I said it. And you know, I don't mean to say I told you so, but it is good. You know, I was talking to people in the Discord channel today in VIP, and you know, a lot of people were asking me. What were they asking me? I completely forgot. Yeah. So they were asking me, you know, should I take up a position here? Should I go long? And this was even up at levels like 8,300, 8,400. And my response was always no. It is not a good risk to reward ratio. Your liquidation price will be too high, and what happened, right? I mean, if you went long at about 8,400, which is where a lot of the FOMO kicked in, you would have, you know, depending on your leverage, of course, probably 25x, you would have been liquidated by then. So, you know, I mean, this is, you know, and the reason I brought it up in the Discord VIP chat today was that, it's not to say I told you so, it's not to brag that I knew what was going to happen, that I had some sort of future ball. The reason I brought it up again is because you have to identify where you made the correct plays. And guys, trading is as much as making the right trades, but it's also knowing when not to trade. I skipped out on trading this pump up. The reason I did it was it's a 5-day consolidation pattern. So I missed out on 7,400 up to 7,700. That's a $300 move. That would have been a 2x gain, the way I trade leverage. I missed out on the 2x. Not bad, you know. I mean, it's unfortunate, but then I made a 2x from I made a 3x from 7,700 up to where we are right now. And so, okay, I missed out on a 2x over here. I don't really care. I made a 3x to compensate for that. And the way I did it was by getting in where there was a low risk, because we had a 5-day consolidation trend. It was very abnormal for Bitcoin, and it got me very concerned. But we showed that we still have the bullish sentiment. We had a pump up, we had the volume to confirm it, and so I knew we were going to continue going up, and that's why the risk was much lower. The rewards, 3x gain, not bad at all. Go back to the screenshot here. One of our members in 1 month going from 0.5 Bitcoin to 2.5 Bitcoins. You know, this is it's one of the many screenshots I've been showing you every day. There's something new to show. There's many more to show. I only pick one of them because I don't want to go overboard with it. But it's all about, like when this rant started, it's about identifying where you also made the correct decisions that are not immediately obvious. So, it's easy to say, oh yeah, I went long over here and now I have a 200% gain, which is a 3x, by the way. 200% is a 3x. It's a bit confusing. You have to do the math. It's easy to see. It's easy to see that green 200% number and then be like, yep, that was a good trade. But you should also know where you missed out, and that saved you from a liquidation. So people who asked me, should I go long? I said no. They decided not to from their own research. Now you can look back and say, yeah, you know what? If I went long over here, I would be liquidated already. And so it was a good decision to hold off. And it's that kind of evaluation that you do after the fact that is really going to help you out in the crypto journey, much more than just gains. Because the issue with gains is you get euphoria. 2-3x gain, that can very quickly become a lot of money. And so there's a lot of euphoria. It's hard to go at it with a sober mind. But if you can see what you avoided, it's very easy to be more critical of that. And so yeah, that's the end of my rant. I hope that has been helpful once again. Why would anyone go long before a resistance point? Stuart, I have no idea. I went long at 7,700, which is before the 7,800 resistance point, but I knew that wouldn't be an important level. And of course, in VIP, I did also give the signal that you can set a stop market long ahead of 7,800. And so we opened a position before it, we opened a position after it, and the profits were huge because of it. So 7,700 was an exception because the resistance area was 7,700. And so it was safe to set a long before 78. In this case, though, you go long or short here, and we can trade anywhere between this $8,000 range. And so liquidation is almost inevitable. Not a good place to trade at all, in my opinion. I don't really know about trading, very new to it. By joining VIP, will I understand your signals? Is there a set of videos I can watch to understand all these terms within the chart that you say? Yeah, so Phil, we've got a bunch of exclusive VIP content in the Discord channel. It is mainly about, how to trade on leverage, so I think you will find that useful. As for actual terminology, things like that we can go over. We've got an amazing VIP chat community where you will get the majority of your questions answered. And of course, if you don't, you can hit me up. You can hit the new team member that we brought on in VIP to help make sure that the service stays high with our growth. Gibbles and Bits, in the comments here, both myself and Four Flies are available to answer questions about the signals. There you go. That's the admin I was talking about. So that shouldn't be an issue. And we've had a lot of new traders entering the market. One guy who has decided to retire went, like I said, from 2 to 14 Bitcoin. That's a 7x gain in his month in crypto, and he decided, that's it, I've made my money and I'm leaving the markets now. I've got mad respect to him. He walked out with a 7x gain in 1 month. He didn't get greedy and he decided, I'm done. Taking profits never made a man poor. Let's write that down on a bloody textbook, or I was going to say Bible, but that may have been offensive. What's the price of VIP? Go ahead and hit me up in the comments. In Telegram, and I will give you all of that information. Where does my accent come from? Love it when you say hair. My accent is London. From London, with a mix of Welsh and American, and a bunch of other stuff. I think Welsh is like one of those underlying things in my accent that perhaps only Welsh people will pick up. But I love the Welsh accent, so I tried to imitate them for a little bit when I was younger. Do love it, yeah. It's a mix of a lot of things. As for how I say hair, I am aware that people want me to say here, but here sounds extremely weird. So I'm sticking with Queen's English. Stream is going to cause the pump. Connor Fiesel, I'm telling you, man, Bogdanov watches these streams. and occasionally he does do what I'm calling rep my Indian side. Yes, so I am also from India and Pakistan, so I've got a big mix here, cultured in the UK though, so I don't really share much of the Indian and Pakistani tradition, unfortunately. It's pretty cool though. Imran Khan voted as Pakistani Prime Minister, I think, today, so that should be good for their politics. It is going to be pretty cool to see. I went to school in Surrey. You ain't that Welsh, boyo. That's funny. No, I'm not. Like I said, it's more of an underlying thing. But yeah, no, Imran Khan I think is going to be pretty cool. I want to see what he does in the political sphere over there. I do watch international politics, and I have obviously most of my interest actually is in the UK and US, but I am interested passively in what goes on within Asia as well. And of course China playing a very big part in that, because China is a big part of crypto. Asia actually, you know, all of Asia, South Asia, or what is it, like East Asia, I believe, accounting for most of the trading. The trading action within crypto. So very important. My bloodline is predominantly Welsh. That is awesome. So it's also got a bit of sheep in there. Do you think Bitcoin? Do you think Bitcoin will reach 20k again? Bass, I don't know. You know, my trading is all about the daily patterns. I predict what's going to happen tomorrow, the day after, or the day after that at most. The long-term trend, the only comment I have on that is we are in a long-term falling wedge, which is a bullish continuation pattern. The volume tells us this trend is not going to stick. I already went over this earlier in the stream, and so we are going to break out of. We already have broken out of this falling wedge. We're going to go much higher. To answer your question point blank, yes, I think we're going to see 20,000 again, but that's not my trading. My trading is to say what's going to happen within the next couple days at most. Going up, yeah, I mean just a little bit. Ankit, I don't speak Hindi, but I can understand it. What kind of business do you want to start up with my crypto money? It is illegal in this country at the moment, so I will not answer that. Yeah, do I offer signals? Yeah, hit up the Crypto Mafia Gold link in the description, and of course VIP gets all of my signals as well. For altcoins, buy the coins you want yourself. Only these projects make sense on the long term. You've hit it right on the nail there, man. I mean, if you hit an altcoin if you buy an altcoin just because someone else called it, you're going to end up panic selling when it dumps. But if you understand the coin fundamentally, and you know because of its fundamentals that it's going to go up, you will be able to hold it through the highs and through the lows, more importantly. So definitely buy altcoins that you want yourself. Because JBV, okay, well, yeah, that is it. I don't know how it was so obvious, but Sammy, I think you misinterpret the volume at the beginning. You need to have combined order book across all exchanges for Bitcoin, excluding alt markets. Decreasing volume might mean decreasing alt market. Dimitri, I'm not entirely sure what that's in reference to, but on the note of order books, I'm not even sure if you meant what I'm about to say, but order books are all 100% manipulated at the moment, especially for Bitcoin. So I don't think the order book is worth looking at all. Like, at all. It's literally pathetic. When will you meet up with Alessio? I don't even think he knows who I am. If it turns out that he's watching these videos, I might scream. That would be pretty cool. Long term, I've missed that. Where is it? Long term, have you not seen the single peak every year? No, I haven't. Ready to see a breaking out now. Getting a little bit bullish in this chat today. Why do VIP members talk about how much Bitcoin they have? Isn't the idea behind trading to accumulate fiat? The Long Island guy, very good comment that you've made there. I'm going to acknowledge the second part because I haven't seen VIP members talking about how much Bitcoin they have. Oh, right, okay, you mean in reference to this? No, that's not to brag. That's just like telling me as an example what kind of gains he had. We only talk, for the most part, we only talk about percentages because it makes more sense. But, you know, isn't the idea behind accumulating fiat? I like how you brought that up, my friend. And for a lot of people it is. For a lot of people it is to buy a house, to buy a Lamborghini. In my case, going to be getting a Porsche next year. Extremely excited for that. I do have an Audi right now, and it is time, well, can't even drive it yet, but it is time to be branching out into a Porsche next year. I would have done it right now, but I won't be able to fork up the money for insurance. I might end up like shooting myself or something, because insurance is pathetic in terms of how much it costs. But you know, okay, the idea to accumulate fiat, yeah, because you want to buy material things, you want to buy your parents a house or whatever, so you need fiat for that. But a lot of people, myself included, want to accumulate Bitcoin instead. And the reason for that is we have faith. Like I said, you understand the coin and you know it's going to go up, and so you can hold it through the highs and lows. I haven't panic sold Bitcoin once in 2018. We have faith in Bitcoin, and so we want to maximize our Bitcoin count. Get as much Bitcoin as we can, and then when it rallies and it rises against the dollar, like right now, that is our time to raise our fiat holdings as well. So, you know, the idea is you accumulate Bitcoin because Bitcoin is going to go up against the dollar, and then eventually you have more dollars as well. So it's a goal of both. You know, you accumulate more Bitcoin to get more USD, to get more fiat. There is the small exception of absolutely deluded people that think we're going to hold Bitcoin and Bitcoin is going to become the worldwide reserve currency and it's going to be what all transactions are made in. Obviously, complete nonsense. I mean, there's, you know, I'm never polarized one way or another. I always say maybe it could happen, but this is pretty much the only place where I'm saying no, it's never going to happen. So there, you know, like I said, there are some people that want to accumulate Bitcoin just because they think it's going to be the worldwide currency. That's also something to acknowledge. Do you know the Smarter Than Crypto ETF? No, I don't, unfortunately. It's going to be huge. I don't read about these fundamentals, the Elder Scrolls King. Maybe I should, I don't know. One of my favorite altcoins, I only have one or two. It's Litecoin and Ethereum. They are the two, they are the big three, including Bitcoin. What kind of guns do I recommend? I don't know anything about guns. I'm not in America, if that's what you thought. I want Aston Martin Vanquish. They are pretty damn cool, yeah. Hello from South Africa. Thank you very much for tuning in, Mr. South Africa. That is pretty cool. Fiat is on a crash course to zero. David Leon, literally, or Lion, I don't know. Literally true. You know, you look at how fiat has decreased in value over the years. People, you know, I remember going to the bank many years ago, and what they told me was, they gave me like a piggy bank, but in our case it's London, right? So they gave me like a London telephone box. And inside, it pisses me off so much. I'm going to tell you guys right now. Inside, it had a sticker and it said, remember to save your money and it will grow. It said something like that. And I thought, pretty cool. I get to save my money and it grows. And now I'm looking back at it, Mr. 16-year-old me with a bit more experience of the world and now understanding not how to work for money, but how to make money work for me. That bank piggy bank, that telephone box they gave me to store my change was a complete lie. Make sure to save your money so it will grow. Oh my god, I'm literally triggered. Like, give me that feminist triggered picture right now. No, saving your money does not let it grow because of inflation. You're going to get bloody wrecked. I mean, like every month in the UK, I believe it's something like a 1% inflation rate. I might be wrong about that. It might be 0.1. But either way, you're looking at like 10-12% inflation in the UK, America. No, I'm getting too triggered right now. I'm not going into that. But the only way to grow your money sustainably and to really hit the big numbers, the only way is investment. Is trading like this. Crypto is wealth creation, plain and simple. People are using it to maintain wealth as well a little bit, but smash up those likes. Thank you very much, Fatal Fury. You know, people are using it to maintain wealth and slowly accrue wealth, but above all, for wealth creation, I went from $300 to $10,000, and that was like, I don't know, 9 months ago. So it is definitely grows 0.05%. Is that per month, Maxi? Fiat, biggest Ponzi. Tesla is nice too, yeah. No, Corentin, the reason I like Litecoin is that it's basically the same as Bitcoin in a lot of ways. America. What about ICX? ICX is a good coin, but it's dropping off a cliff right now. Oh, it's dumping a little bit. Okay, it's actually gone up by $10. I don't know why you're saying it's dumping. Have I read Rich Dad Poor Dad? I read a bit of it, but the idea of Robert Kiyosaki, I think that's his name. The idea of him having two dads really made me feel very uncomfortable, so I stopped reading it. What else have we got in this chat today? It's been a pretty good stream, I think so. How long has it been going on for? Oh wow, closing in on an hour. I am going to be having to... I thought it was only like 20 minutes. I am going to have to head off in a little bit. Just answer these last couple questions and then and start closing up this stream. Guys, make sure you smash up those likes once more. Of course, join the Telegram channel if you haven't already. Subscribe, tick the bell so you don't miss out on these uploads. Here we go, boys. I do like this sentiment. We're getting pumped up in this chat. Let's hope it's not a fake out. I'm using crypto as wealth extraction. I like how you put that. Oh, right. So, Maxi, you're getting 0.5% interest or 0.05% interest per month or per year. Yeah, no, interest rates. See, this is the thing. Like, they give you savings accounts, but most of the time you're not going to get a higher interest rate than 4% per year. And so you're still losing about 8% because of inflation every year. You're only making back 4%. This is why it puzzles me that people are happy with like 10-15% gains every month. We make 2-3x gains multiple times a month, even multiple times a week. So crypto equals the people's money. I mean, Alexis, it is definitely appealing to us in that way. I disagree with you in that it is the people's money. It is in concept, but not in practicality, not in real life. But more than anything else, it is the truth, yes. Don't go offline before we confirm this breakout. That's 6 minutes. Should we do that? Should we answer some more questions for 6 minutes, guys? Do you want that? Let's go, Bulls. Rally in. Volume spiking up now as well. Okay, so we're getting very bullish. Let me actually check out this chart and see if this has any backing to it. So on the 30-minute, we haven't seen volume go up like at all. This volume candle will close a little bit higher, potentially up where this MA line is, but really nothing huge. We're seeing a bit of an uptick, but this is nothing. This is an example. You guys talking about a pump right now. This is an example of overtrading, overanalyzing. This is not important in my opinion. What else have we got here? Thank you. Enjoyed as always. Stay calm and keep on trading. Kim, thank you very much. You know I will. It's all about staying calm. Is Neo dead? What is better, Ontology or Neo? I haven't done enough research on Ontology, but I do love Neo. Let's go 100x. We get 2% here in Canada. Rani, is that 2%? Is that how you say it? Rani or Rainy? I don't know. Is that 2% per month or per year? And are you talking about inflation? But yeah, so I didn't get to finish that thing about inflation, right? You lose, like, your dollar count will stay the same, your GBP count will stay the same, but because of inflation, you're going to be able to buy less. So, the thing that really upset me a lot was the idea of, a grandma who loves her grandchildren very much, saving up money for a very long time, only to give it to them. Say she's been saving up since like 1960, and she gives it to them, 2016 to her grandkids with the assumption that, oh, it's going to pay off their college sum now. And, at that time, the dollar, the pound was worth a lot more than it is today. And so she's been saving up dollars and pounds, but the value of it, what it actually buys, the buying power of those currencies has gone down over those 50 years, over those 56 years. Grandma should buy them gold property. Yeah, exactly. But unfortunately, our schooling system doesn't tell us these things. It's telling us how to calculate the angles in a triangle, not how to, invest and actually, have useful stuff in life. So I do hate the school system. I am very strongly against it. So this thing about, the grandma saving up money, she tries to do it with very good intentions, but it turns out 66 years later, it's done nothing because the money she saved up, it was saved under the assumption, under what she was taught by her parents, not their fault, by the banks, absolutely their fault. Saving money helps it grow. No, it doesn't. It just screws you over in the long term. I'm done now. Okay, we've got 3 minutes to this candle close. Like I promised, I will stay on until this candle does close. We had 3 times resets of our currency in Australia, one in 1901, one in 1966. David, that sounds pretty interesting. Can you tell me more about that? I might do some research about it. I am very interested in this. I wish I studied Australian history, man. I mean, all I know is that prisons were sent there like 100, more than 100 years ago. But that's all I know about Australian history, unfortunately. I wish I studied it more. Where to learn charting? Watching analysts like you're doing right now is one of the best ways. Also, reading books on it, pretty good. Do I plan on opening a long? Not at the moment. I will update in the Telegram groups when and if I do. Banks want you to put money in there so they can make money off you. The scammer, exactly that. You've hit it on the nail. Yeah, I'm not gonna go on another rant about that again. But Facebook down almost 20%. Would you predict that money would flow into the cryptosphere? Derek, I wouldn't. Facebook dropping 20%, first of all, is pretty cool. I think they're long overdue for a dump like that. I am glad to see it. Breakout incoming. Keep your pants on, my friend. We are not breaking out yet. Let's calm down. Take a couple deep breaths. Download Headspace. Let's get some meditation going on over here. We are not breaking out right now. Whew. Calm down. Cool. Facebook stocks. 20% down. I think it's great. They've had a lot of privacy issues. They haven't been respecting their users that they've made billions off. Long overdue. Whatever the Zuckerberg dude, I forgot his first name. Pretty cool guy. I mean, he started up an amazing business. He literally revolutionized the internet. But he didn't respect the people who he made money off. And that's a very, very big problem. So, it's Mark Zuckerberg, right? It's Mark. I think so. Do I give Elliott theory much weight? Yes, I do. Elliott wave theory, yeah. But yeah, no, so this Facebook stock plunge, that's not gonna influence the crypto market, in my opinion. I mean, that's hardly any money that would enter. Currency reset needs to happen every 50 years. What is a currency reset? Is that where they, like, Zucker turd? Yeah, it is, Mark, okay. Is a currency reset where they, like, reset inflation and everything? I don't know, I've never heard of that before. Four Flies, wisest 16-year-old on planet Earth. Thank you very much. Not the wisest. There are some pretty cool 16-year-olds out there. I'm not even, like, I'm going to be 17 in a couple days. So I am very excited for that. That is, of course, the driving age in the UK. So very excited to jump into my Audi convertible and start cruising around a little bit. Young generation sees things from a different angle. Older guys can definitely learn from the new kids. Yeah, Mike, and it goes both ways. I mean, I have the opportunity to talk to people who are older than me in this space, and it's amazing to learn from their stories. So it goes both ways. You know, we have a new perspective on things, but others have more experience than me. So than anyone my age. So it really does go. You can learn so much from so many different people. Give away VIP on birthday. Maybe. Insurance is going to suck, Stuart. It's going to be like 10k or something. I'll race you in your Audi. It's a 1.2 liter engine, mate. Not going to be huge. Okay, so we have had that 4-hour candle close. It was a blue candle. Let's check out the volume. Basically, I mean, it was actually lower than our previous red candle. Really nothing huge. I'm not expecting anything huge in the immediate, like, short term. But oh, they lost 163 billion. Is that Facebook you're talking? Okay, that is pretty big. So if that were to flow into crypto, that would give us a 50% gain on this market cap. So you could say a 50% gain on Bitcoin's price, potentially. Not, but maybe. And so that would mean Bitcoin would jump to $12,000. That would be pretty big. But, like I said, there's nothing to indicate that Facebook money would pour into crypto now. Shit, we dumping, that's funny. Guys, with that though, I am going to be signing off. I really hope you have found this stream useful. I hope you've learned something. Let's smash up those likes once more. Join the Telegram group if you're not already in there. You do get my alerts. You do get my T8. Multiple posts in there per day. Of course, if you are interested in VIP, go ahead and message me. Got a lot of messages which I will get back to in just a second, and you know, get you guys into VIP. Of course, subscribe, tick the bell if you haven't already. Is this a disbelief rally? Maybe, I don't know. Quick question before you dip. You think market is moving sideways for SIBO closing tomorrow? Colder, it's an idea that crossed my mind, but I don't think it's important. Guys, with that, I am going to be signing off. Peace.